Heidi Black, yeah, she don't play. She'll speak once, then walk away. Truth in her voice, receipts on deck. Say her name wrong, you best come correct. Heidi Black, yeah, yeah. She the queen of the facts. Heidi Black, Black. Ain't no lies in that. Heidi Black, Black. She the queen of the facts. Heidi Black, Black. Ain't no lies in that.
Came up out of New Orleans, swamp thick with the game. Grew up seeing real ones, learned to got a name. Moved to Houston, then up north to stack the cash. Six-figure queen with a hustler stash. She ain't bout no drama, but she handle it quick. Address it once, facts heavy, make it stick. You can talk online, she don't trip or weep, but her words hit hard, aren't you in your sleep? Tap, tap, tap. Them acrylics on the wood, when you hear that sound, you know shit ain't good. She cook real meals, fly crab from the south. Money so long, she don't need no clout.
Heidi Black, yeah, she don't play. She'll speak once, then walk away. Truth in her voice, receipts on deck. Say her name wrong, you best come correct. Heidi Black, Black.
Yeah, she from the voodoo land.
Heidi Black, Black.
Yeah, she from the voodoo land.
Heidi Black, Black.
Yeah, she from the voodoo land.
Heidi Black, Black. Ain't no lies in that.
Strong, opinionated, mind so sleek. Got them corporate numbers, hitting every week. Brains and beauty, educated tone. Words so sharp, they'll cut to the bone. Calm, cool, collected to the lies start spilling. When she step in the ring, whole crowd start chilling. Family first, sisters ride too. Say the wrong thing, they coming for you. Casino lights, yeah, she roll for fun. Heels done, nails done, money on run. Her voice like thunder, presence like flame. She don't chase fame, but they all know her name.
Don't lie on her name, nah, nah. True cause deep, feel that flame. She a queen, never tame, never tame. From the swamp to the bank, she changed the game. Heidi Black, Black.
Yeah, she from the voodoo land.
Heidi Black, Black.
Yeah, she from the voodoo land.
Heidi Black, Black.
Yeah, she from the voodoo land.
Heidi Black, Black. Ain't no lies in that. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Next time you hear them nails tapping, yeah, you better run that truth, not tails. From New Orleans to the north, she's still that same Heidi Black. Don't ever forget it. Heidi Black, Heidi Black, Heidi Black, Heidi Black, Black. Heidi Black, Black. Heidi Black, Black. Heidi Black, Black.
Whoo! Hello. I realized I hadn't played Amber's song in a while, and I said, I have to play my girl's song. How are you doing? How was your Christmas? What we doing for New Year's? Hi, so done. I had to shot in my back for my back wasn't a spot. I was expecting to get it though. I'm glad you're back, Heidi. Missed you guys too. Miss you guys too, Commander. Okay. Oh Lord, let's see. Who do we have? I've been doing my elderberry, okay, my black elderberry, okay. So I did not get sick this time around. Hi, so done. Hi, Snuggle Bunny. Hi, Sweets. Good morning. Hi, my Drea, who's on vacation. Hi, Wendy. Uh, Sweet Potato, hi. Wisco Gal. Bella Marie, glad to see you. Hope you're feeling good. Hi, Selfie Queen. Cindy, happy birthday. Um, let's see. I want to make sure I got everybody. Hi, Shyla. Shyla. So, even though the weather is bad outside, well, cold, okay, we're going to get late lunch today. Then we're going to go over and have some drinks at my favorite spot. So I don't know if you're working or not, but I'll be more than happy to have you over. Hi, ASAPs. Hi, Miss Megs. How are you? Wicked Wisdom. Hi. Hi, Amber. I realized I hadn't played your song in a while. And I'm like, let me get my Heidi Black Black. Hi, Sarah motherfucking Z. How you doing? Oh God. So much. I have been binging. I've been catching up on the stuff that I have missed, which, the gen shit really Okay. But this is a lot. You had a great Christmas. My son brought and moved into he bought and moved into his first house. Congratulations. Hi, Bliss Chris. I know when um my eldest got his first house, I was so excited for him. Then when Nate bought his house, I was extremely excited. And when my son retired, and he did say once he retired, he was going to buy a house back on the East Coast. And that's exactly what he did. So I am just so proud of my boys. Let's see. Hi, Aesops. Aesops, I hope Top Hats High just wanted to stop by and say, hope all had a great half of the holidays. Thank you, Top Hats. Mustang Sally, how you doing, girl? Gamecock, good morning. Selfie Queen, you missed it. I wish you a happy birthday. Is George here? Hi, George. I didn't see you. Hi, George. Hi, George. I'm glad you're here, George. Um, I listened to George's live this morning, like I do. I listen to all of George's lives. I might be in and out, but I do go back and I listen. Anybody that knows me, if I tell you I go back and listen, I do. I caught Flavors, not caught it, but I listened to Flavors replay on Rumble along with Tobo's, I almost said Turbo, along with Tobo's play on Rumble. Listen to George. I've caught Sophie's, whether I'm in the chat or I'm just listening. I've caught Sophie's. I caught a couple of KK's replays. So uh, I'm just a little. Hi KK. I just mentioned your name and there you show up. Hi KK. Um, yeah, I am the replay gang. A lot. Beetle. Go, just Beetle. I was worried about you. I was wondering about you. I hadn't seen any comments from you at all. I was wondering if you were okay. And oh my God, I'm so happy to see you. Hello. Hi, Lori. I am so happy to see you. So happy to see you. I'm glad to see you. I was really thinking about you. Um, and guys, I'm going to say this. I know Brooke said it. I've said it so many times. I don't care how many times Maria says that Miss Liability is Amanda Prayer Jar. She's not. Okay? She's not. I don't care how many times it's being said. You can say it enough times, it still doesn't make it true. Okay? Point blank, period. So, I wanted to discuss a few things, but I'm going to discuss this. George already knows what I had to say. I'm going to say it here. Okay? I understand that posting, people are upset by George posting that tombstone. Okay? And I get it. I really, really get it. Hi, shit show. I'm going to talk to you too, shit show. I get it. But I'm going to say, if you don't want it done to you, and when I asked him about it, he said the same thing he said this morning. He said that his father's obituary was posted, was passed around, and it was because this certain person gave it around to people. Okay. Tit for tat, tit for tat, tit for tat. The only thing that's going to happen is there are going to be a lot of people that's going to get hurt. Hi, He Man. How are you? Nope, you did it. I saw it. You did it. So, um, again, digging into people's personal lives, digging into their family lives is one day going to come back and really hurt somebody. I don't know why people think. I sat there and I listened to the replay of Maria saying that she's going to contact Alice and contact Tyler. Alice has nothing to do with this. Tyler has nothing to do with this. Nothing. Nothing. And if anybody thinks that's okay, then something's wrong with you. You're putting out people's, I don't care if it's social media or not. I don't care. She's not asking for you to send her anything. Tyler is not asking for you to send him anything. Tyler has a restraining order on his mother. I'm sure he doesn't care. Why do you guys think this is okay? Why? We're going into 2026 and we're doing the same shit. Just keep it online. That's it. Online. Because if it was turned against your family or one of your loved ones, you wouldn't like it. George would tell me in a heartbeat after I ask him something. He goes, I know you're not going to like it. You're going to be mad. I said, oh, well. That's all I say. Oh, well. This shit is crazy. Yeah, stop involving families. Hi, Patty. I didn't like when Cooch's brother was being talked about, or her mother, or her stipend, or whatever it is. What? Are you jealous? What? And I'm not taking up for Jen because everything Jen gets, she brings on herself. Not her son, not her mother in law, nothing. Go at Jen. God knows there's enough. Now, I went into Shiz's last night. I was so tired. And, I saw the thumbnail and I said, oh shit, what is this? So when I went in, they were playing some of Tracy and Clint's old stuff off of Love After Lockup. AC. Tracy did not die in a hospital parking lot. My question to you is, where did you get that information from? Because the person you're speaking about is no longer here. She's no longer on the internet. She's deceased. I want to know, why would you have that information and who gave it to you? That's what I want to know. Yes, she did. She went into a server, and that is so true. And she put that shit in there. Don't know where any of these guys live at, and they can easily break into that home. Yes, it's true. Hi, Granny. How are you? The person you were speaking about, AC, was a really good friend of mine. A really good friend of mine. And the circumstances of her death is something that I really, really don't want to keep seeing coming up. I really don't want it. And when I saw that in the chat, I'm like, wait a minute, what the fuck? There you go, AC. Yep, he did. Good morning.
Morning.
Good morning. Could you tell me why was that even put in the chat about my friend?
What was put in the chat about your friend?
You said that she died in the hotel parking lot. You were talking about Tracy,
And
but you were wrong.
and someone corrected me and said that that wasn't actually correct.
Okay, so how would you know anything about Mims? Why was Mims? I'm just trying to figure out, where did you get that information from about Mims?
The Tracy that's on the TV show, correct?
Yes, Tracy died in a house in a hotel room in Las Vegas.
Okay. So I don't remember where I got that from. I once again, when I think I was on panel, I said I think I heard, or I think it was told to me at some point that this was what happened. If I had the information wrong, then somebody was going to correct me in chat, which they did.
Yep, it was corrected, but again, I'm kind of confused on
Okay,
on on
so then
Mims.
I ask, so then let me ask you, like, are most celebrity deaths like public information? Like, is it
I'm
not
not talking
posted in
about Tracy.
tabloids? And
No, I'm not talking about
which one are
Tracy.
we talking about?
I'm talking about my friend that
I don't know the difference.
allegedly died in a hospital parking lot. She was found in a hospital parking lot. She died at home of an overdose of fentanyl.
Are we talking about two different people? Is that what
Two
I'm
different
understanding here?
people. Yeah, you were confused last night. My
Okay,
question was, how did you get that information about Mims dying in a
I don't know who
hospital
Mims
parking
is.
lot? Okay,
Don't know who Mims is.
okay, got you. Okay, I got you. So you got two people confused. Okay.
Well, I mean, you're telling me I'm getting two people confused, but I don't even know who that other person is.
Okay. So when you put in the chat last night, okay, you stated she was found she was dead in a hospital parking lot. Okay. My
Okay,
friend Mims, who was on YouTube, who got hooked up with some people on this
okay.
internet that got anyway, her death.
Is it possible that you're connecting your friend's death and connecting that with like this story, not knowing
No,
that like
I'm
I'm once again like I'm not I don't know who your friend is. I don't know
that's what
Mims.
I'm
I don't
saying.
know
In order for
like
you to
is it
know about a hospital parking lot,
yes, but how
someone
many
had
people
to
have
tell
died in a
you that.
hospital parking lot is what I'm talking about. Like how many
Okay.
people have died in a hospital parking lot?
I have no idea, but you put in that chat in a hospital parking lot of an OD, and I'm like, wait a minute, where did he get that from? Nobody. Anyway, AC is two different people, but when you put that in that chat, my first thought went to her because I know where I know where all of this stuff basically comes from. The fact that
Okay.
she's been deceased almost 3 years, and I'm sitting here trying to figure out why is this coming up. But Tracy, who was on the show with Clint, died in Las Vegas in a hotel parking lot. I mean, in a hotel room. Oh, Lord, have mercy. So that's all I'm saying. I was trying to figure out where would you get that information from and why was she being talked about? That's it. That's all I wanted to know. That's it. That's it. That's all I wanted to know. But they I did go back and watch. It was a good live. That's all I wanted to know is how did that come up with the hospital parking lot? That's all I wanted to know.
Yeah. Well, I just want to make sure I'm clear here. I was not taking a shot at your friend. I don't know who
I
Mims
know.
is. I,
I
I, I
know.
once again, if I speak on something and it's wrong, I don't have an issue with saying, "Hey, I had the information incorrect, and this is the correct information."
Yep,
So
that's
when it
all I
comes to
wanted to.
Tracy,
Yep.
Tracy passed away from a drug overdose in
Yes.
Vegas.
Yep. Mims died as well from taking a pill that she shouldn't have taken. But anyway, yeah, that really, and I did see when I was leaving that Shiz had dropped the link, but I could not come up on panel. I just really couldn't because I didn't trust myself at that time to come up on panel. But yeah, it's two different people. Mims was not a celebrity or anything else, but Tracy was on a TV show. So that's it. I was confused on why that was put in there. That's all. That's all. I was just confused. And because uh everybody knows how Tracy died and where she died at. And Tracy was really a good person. She had issues, and she admitted to her issues. But if Shiz wanted to play some more of Tracy, I was going to tell her that Dom Natty had did an interview with Tracy. Um, and it's on his YouTube channel, and I'm sure he wouldn't mind if it was played. So, but
Okay, yeah,
that's
I'll
it.
pass that on then.
Yeah, I mean, and you know what, AC, I will send it. I'll send it to you on Discord so you can look at it yourself. This is when she was living in Vegas. But oh, that's who brought it up. Oh, okay. All right. So that's where you heard it from. Okay. Okay. I got it. I look, I just
Who
got
did
a
I?
message. No, I just got a message about another content creator was talking about her recently. Okay. And we don't call his name over here. Okay. But it's them people over there. But anyway, I just wanted to make sure that, and I didn't think you were taking a dig at Mims at all. Please don't think that. I didn't. I just wanted to know, where did you hear that story from? That's all. That's all.
And look, I know y'all guys are like familiar with the backstory and blah blah blah. I get that part. Like a lot of us are not. Like so we're gonna get some information wrong here and there. I once again, if I say something wrong, I don't mind being corrected. So as far as like your buddy, like I said, like I don't even know who they are. As far as Tracy, I this may have been something that somebody typed in the chat at one point, and maybe it was something I heard somewhere else, and maybe I got it confused with
Yeah,
Tracy. But once again, like I don't have all the information as
I
far
know.
as um, the Clint and Tracy and her death and all that. Like I know she passed away. I know that there was a lot of people that liked her and really were fond of her. I'm not trashing. I'm not trashing Tracy in any
I
way.
know, but
I'm
that's not what
simply
you guys were doing. I mean, I watched it. I mean, I went back and watched it. You guys weren't trashing her at all. Tracy had a C-section. She gave her baby up for adoption. The boyfriend she was with was in jail when she gave birth. She went back to the hotel, I guess, and I guess she thought she can do what she did before. She had nobody, and she was found OD in a hotel room. So, yes. And when that happened, I'm sure somebody has played the video of Jen faking like she was upset behind it. She had called this woman everything but a child of God, and Tracy never did any of that to her. Tracy always had class. Even though she had her faults, Tracy always treated people with kindness and respect. So,
I
that,
mean, she took the higher end approach. Like one of the videos we played last night, you can see Jen in the chat,
mm-hmm,
trying to take little swipes and everything at her, and trying to fucking talk her up. And she's just like, yeah, I don't. I mean, like, I don't care if she's here, but I like, like you're not going to trigger me. Basically,
yep, and that's
is
what
what
she
she
was
was saying.
trying to do. Yep, and that's what she was trying to do. Always trying to get at Tracy. Hi, DJ. Always trying to get at Tracy. And she took the high road. One time Tracy lost her shit, and but she was fed up with all the shit that Jen was saying about her. So also Tracy had a channel, it was called The Goddess. Hi, Secret Treasures. I saw you said hi to me, but I was already gone. Hi, Secret Treasures. Tracy had a channel on YouTube that was called The Goddess, and now I think is Lily's Red Flags or something like that. But that was Tracy's original channel. She was always kind. Even when the trolls would come in and say some of the most vile shit, and most of those were Jen followers, she was always kind to people. Always kind to people. So that's all I wanted. So if she wants more information on that, I'll send it to you in Discord. That way, you guys can have it. But she was really nasty to Tracy. And when she was calling KK a thought, okay, I did catch KK's replay on that. She called KK a thought, and that pissed me off. So I went on my community tab. The thought of her calling KK a thought when she was fucking Clint, lured him. Would you clip that you played when Tracy was in there and she had her head shaved? That's when Jen started talking to Clint. That's when she was talking to Clint. When Tracy was talking about he was sexting this girl, that was Jen.
Mm.
That what it was a lot of women. It was a lot of women. But I guarantee you that was Jen. That's when she got him to go to Ohio when Tracy was locked up. Mhm. So she's a thought. She was fucking Clint. She was fucking Mike and anybody else. She's a thought. When she talks about KK embezzling, talk about Clint stealing from his mother and father, and they wouldn't give him the keys to the house or let him come to the store unattended. Talk about that. How he stole from his mother and father to feed his habit and Tracy's habit. Tracy was on crack. Clint introduced her to meth. And he spoke about that on Dom Natty's Live. So let's talk about that.
I'm
So
down to talk about it. I mean, like, I'm sure there's a few people here in chat that are not happy that we're doing content on this, but I mean, my side of YouTube is now intrigued on this. So, like, people are tuning in. They're like, "Ooh, what's going on here?"
yep,
I
and that's
mean, like, me and you, we've had this conversation. I'm definitely here for the content. Jen is my content. You may not like it. I don't give a fuck. Um, but the fact that Jen
oh, I don't care
is
anymore.
uh, and I'm glad that you don't care anymore. Because I mean, how often do you see me in your chat? All the fucking time.
Yep,
I mean, there's things that don't even concern Jen, and I come in, and
yep, you
sometimes
come
I don't
in.
say shit because I'm busy with
Yep,
other stuff, and you're talking about this, that, or the other.
yep. But I wanted to say that because I was just upset when I saw that in the chat. And right now I'm stuttering about it because I'm like, wait a minute, where is this coming from? And yeah, so anyway, um I realized after I went back that you had the two people confused, but I was still wondering where did that come from. But I got it. I understand. But there's a lot of Tracy content. There's a lot of stuff. Her IG is still there as well. The last time I checked, I have messages between me and Tracy. When I went to Vegas for my birthday, I was supposed to see her. Then I couldn't find her when I got there. She wasn't answering, and come to find out, she was pregnant, and she didn't want me to see her like that. So it's just a whole lot of stuff. And she did get clean for a little while, and then she started doing that stuff all over again. But she will tell you in her own words, she was on crack. Clint introduced her to meth. And I'm shaking. Right now, I'm shaking. I am shaking. But yeah, there's a lot there. And for Jen to sit there and talk about anybody being a thought or being a hoe or being this, she has no room to talk. And I used to say, always a mistress, never a wife. Supposedly, allegedly, she's a wife now. Oh well. And Clint, as far as I'm concerned, when he picked her up from jail and he had everybody involved in getting an RO, and everybody was feeling sorry for him for all the nasty shit she did to him, for the beatings and everything else, him trying to jump out of a window. When he took her back, I said, if it happens again, who fucking cares? He deserves everything he gets. And it's the truth. He does. And if she is doing hand jobs with Clint backstage with 111, whatever his name is, that's
Chat.
her. I don't put nothing past her. She did what is it? Naked jumping jacks for Mikey. I believe that with everything. She caused my friend, her and Mikey, to try to take her life because they were on the internet lying, saying that this elderly woman was naked on a YouTube or on an IG live, well, IG FaceTime with Mikey, which was a fucking lie. Jen kept expanding on it. My friend was in the hospital on a ventilator because of that bitch. And I forgot all of that shit because I wanted to move past it. But that's what she did. She's disgusting. So, and when I hear shit like that, I'm like, I don't put it past her. But now she wants to cry because people are bringing up her past. I tried to help her. I tried to say, ignore it. The more you keep acknowledging it, the worse it's going to get. And that's exactly what happened. My friend Sherry, her cognitive is coming back, but some things she forgets. And you know, but this woman tried to take her life because of this bullshit with Jen and Mikey. So to me, it's just somebody is going to seriously get hurt, whether someone hurts them or they do it to themselves. And do you think I give two flying fucks if Jen jumps off a bridge? Fuck no, I don't.
Ooh, that's gonna get
Everything
clipped.
she gets, she deserves it. Flip it. I don't care. I really don't care. I really, really don't.
No. Like there's a lot of people that have different reasons to go at Jen. I mean, like my side of YouTube, they he's reading in his own words the Jen the weird Jen is weird fucking account or whatever.
Hmm.
Like that right there. My side of YouTube does not believe in that shit. The trolls on my side of YouTube go after people like that. And
Yeah.
well, I
Yeah.
mean,
And
right?
like I told her, the only thing that's going to change anybody's mind if that young man himself comes forward and said he lied, which God knows he didn't. He just asked everybody just to leave her alone. He never retracted anything, anything. And the fact that she keeps saying that Sophie wanted the same guy she did. Have you seen this little short guy with no job and the fucking polyester what are they called? Jogging suits? Sophie never wanted that. Like she's saying KK wanted Clint. Clint wanted KK. And if KK, and I'm gonna say it again, if KK would have moved to Ohio, Jen's ass wouldn't be in that fucking house. Yes, she did say the house was nice. It is a nice house, but she didn't want Clint. She saw what kind of person he is. He's lazy. He's a procrastinator. He doesn't like to go to work. He don't want to do shit. So who wants him? He's a mama's boy.
I mean, I don't know. I can't really say too much because I got fired from Walmart years back. But then again, I was a 20-something-year-old kid with not a whole lot going on, and
Okay,
not
you
a
were
whole lot
20
that I
something.
needed to take
Okay.
care of. I wasn't a 40-something-year-old man like with a home to take care of, a mortgage to pay, car notes to pay, kids to feed. It wasn't that. So yeah, I get you. Get you.
Yeah, and I mean, you know what? With all this stuff, and I listen to KK's live, and I'm listening to her saying this shit, and I'm like, she's calling her Nevi. Okay, she goes by KK, not Nevi, but she does it, and then she says no neck. KK is a beautiful woman,
Hell yeah.
beautiful. Skin is clear. I don't care if she's got a look. She is a beautiful woman. Something Jen doesn't know anything about, and that's natural beauty. They talk about Sophie. Sophie to me is naturally beautiful. Alfred Queen Cindy, naturally beautiful. I don't. People look at people's weights and everything else. Who gives a shit? Men like women that have a little meat on their bones, that has an ass. Oh, Jen, you don't have one of those. That has titties. Oh, Jen, you don't have one of those. I'm so sick of her with the weight shaming, the look shaming, not just her, everybody. I'm sick of it. I'm sick of it. Jen could never, ever have anything. She's black inside. She has a black soul. She never takes accountability. She'll go, "Oh, I took accountability." No, you didn't, bitch. Because if you did, you wouldn't be doing the same shit you're doing. And I can't stand. She keeps adding George's name to her bullshit.
Oh,
George is a grown man that can take care of his own shit. George doesn't need her adding his name into her shit. George is not going to fight your fucking battles. Fight them yourself. I said it.
Oh, I mean, it's one of the
Sorry,
reasons why she
George.
was so happy to have JoJo reach out to her. That JoJo's over there fucking trying to take, like, run into KK, run into Sophie, run into, I know everybody doesn't like her, but run into Jules' fucking channel. Ooh, I'm going to go after you because you're talking about that. Like, fuck you. You're
Fuck
taking
you.
up for the fucking Giddler? Okay, yeah. Okay, continue that. That's going to work out really great for you.
Who's scared of an internet thug? Who? Who? I saw your live that you did last night.
Mm-hmm.
I saw your live you did last night. I was like, oh shit. Yes, George, she's putting your name in and what they did to George and what they did to the. Stop putting George's name in your shit.
Mm-hmm.
George can handle his own shit. He doesn't need you. George is not going to fight your battles. You wanted Amber to fight your battles. You wanted me to fight your battles. You wanted this one to fight your battles. No one is fighting your battles. You put yourself in this bullshit, you get yourself out of
But
it.
Heidi, it's not fair to her to have 16 different channels going at her. But then she turns around and talks about all fucking 16 channels.
Talking about everybody. Everybody. I asked her not to bring up my name. She goes, I'm not going to talk about Heidi anymore. Bitch, I will dust you. I don't have to talk about your kids. I don't have to talk about your mother in law. I will talk about you and all the shit you've done. And anybody that supports her, I don't even look at them sideways. I don't even look at them because it's disgusting that you support that kind of behavior from any side. She's talking about people, talking about KK's kids, talking about this. Oh, they're talking about my kids. Jen, nobody talks about your kids. Well, I've heard Maria mention her son's name a few times. Nobody talks about your kids. You keep bringing up your kids. You brought your kids to the internet.
Yeah,
You brought your kids
I
to the
don't
internet.
like. I don't agree with Maria talking about her kids. I will say that. I like Maria. Like everyone, y'all fight. I don't really give a fuck. I like who I like. That I don't really give a fuck. Like who fights with who. If if
Yep,
but
I get it.
I will say that I did hear that. I don't agree with it. And other than that, like I haven't heard anyone else bring up Jen's fucking kids. I'm sorry, and I said this at KK's or Sophie's or something. Maybe it was Sophie's. Um, but I've said this before. Like when someone brings up someone talking about like my child support, what I supposedly owe, because that's what JoJo's been running with. I don't
I
take
don't
care
even
of my
watch them.
kids. I don't like my kids. My kids are not
And
being
he has no
mentioned.
room to
My
talk.
kids are not being mentioned. My kids, they're bringing this up as an argument to talk about my parenting. There's a difference between talking about parenting and talking about someone's fucking kids. And they're not bringing up my fucking kids. They're talking about how ugly they are, or how they're fucking, they're fat or skinny, or they have no teeth, or this, that, the other. They're not bringing up any of that shit. They're bringing
Where's
up
Justin?
child support as in relation to me taking care of the kids. There's a big difference, and people will try to fucking weaponize it. Oh, they brought up my kids because they're talking about my child support, or that that my kids live with their mom, or blah blah blah. That bullshit. Stop that shit. I get frustrated when
Yep.
people do shit like that. Stupid. And Jen is
Okay,
one of
I'm
those like
looking.
that.
I see. Yep, I see Just Me's comment in my YouTube studio, but I don't see her in my restream. But Just Me said, I don't think she's putting George's name in to have him fight her battles. George uses GB as an example to highlight the hypocrisy from people like Jews and the ones who support her. I got it. See, I see it on my YouTube stream, but I don't see it in my restream. So Just Me, I wasn't ignoring you. I was trying to find your comment to, oh, now it pops up. There we go. What has been done to George has been horrible, and all because they didn't like the words he was saying about some. Yes, that's true. That's true. See, her other comment is not over here in my restream, but that one was. So I had to read it. But I get it. And if she would stop and AC, you remember I had you up here way back when with Jen. I had just gotten you to agree to stop going into her chat. And what did she do? What did she do? She just Oh my God. She doesn't. But I'm gonna be honest, she loves it. She loves the attention. She's always wanted the attention, and now she's getting it. But it's not, but for her, it doesn't matter if it's good or bad attention. I heard somebody say that she's always wanted to be the center of attention. And somebody else, I forgot who I was listening to the replay. It could have been KK when she was saying that people were saying to ice her out or don't bring her up. And KK says, I'm going to talk about it because I want to talk about it until I'm bored with her. It doesn't matter. She's going to keep going. She's going to keep going because this is all she knows. Anytime you dip into Jen's live, you're going to hear, and Jules and Maria. I'm like, God damn, you giving these people so much fucking credit, but you say that you're so scared of Maria and you're so scared of sit up online and you talk about them all the time. How scared are you? How scared are you? You said she's scared of Sly Boogie, but she was talking shit about Sly Boogie.
I don't know if you
You're not
I don't know
scared.
if you caught this, but it went from Jules is the reason why AC and Jamie and Brett are here, and it went from that to KK is the reason why AC and Brett and Jamie is here, and then it went to Sophie's the reason why AC and Brett and Jamie are here. Like everyone is the reason why we're here, and
It's
it
crazy. But
goes.
I even heard that Laura. I even heard that Laura is not even. You know what? Laura is not even is tired of her bullshit. And you're telling me that these people aren't using her as a cash cow? A cash cow? They are. They are. I heard the conversation with Brett when Sophie put it up. Yes, they are being brought up, and that is so fucking wrong. Nope. It's wrong to bring up her kids. Her kids have nothing to do with this. They have nothing to do with their mother. And it's sad if you're trying to rebuild your relationship with your kids that you're so concerned about people online, whether they like you or not. I told you before, if people don't like you, they've already made up their minds. There is nothing you're going to do that's going to convince them otherwise. And every day she shows more and more of who she is. And then you try to cover it up. Oh, AC drop. Then you try to cover it up.
Lost signal.
Yep, that's okay. But everybody that has known Jen over the years have had the same conversation that Brett has had with her. Probably not about the JoJo situation or Vips, but the same conversation. She has had the same conversation with her on her panel. Hey, just because ignore them, you don't have to respond to everything in the chat. And then she goes, "Oh my God, that's a great idea." And what did she turn around and do? The same shit. Hey, JJ, the same shit. So no matter how many people tell her this, and I heard George played it. Amzy said, well, I don't know if Amzy was in the chat or she had said it, but she said Jen is going to do what Jen wants to do, no matter what anybody tells her. She has shit on some of the. I told her a long time ago, you have a core group of people that have stuck by you, and that'll be Brenna, that'll be Sylvia, that'll be Brenda, that'll be who else was it? It was Brenna, Sylvia, Shauna. All these people have stuck by her, and all she does is shit on them. That's all she does. Is shit on her. I mean, is shit on these people. Yeah, and her kids should not be brought up. Nobody's kids should be brought up. Nobody's kids. Nobody's deceased relatives. Nobody's family members should be brought up. Nobody. I don't care who you are. And the shit they're saying, oh, AC and you, and she's talking about the butt. AC, I don't care if you bounced around on 55 damn butt plugs. That's your damn business. That's your personal life. Why was that brought on the internet? I get it. This girl got pissed off. She did this and that. But again, they're using that dumb shit. And nor do I believe that you are pedo or you're involved in any damn pedo ring. Okay?
Okay.
I don't believe that.
Um,
Okay, I don't believe you were flashing your flashlight into kids' room. How in the fuck would you know you were flashing
well,
flashlights
well,
in the kids' room when everybody saw the damn video?
okay. Well, let
I
me
hate that.
address that. Okay, let me address that, and then something else. Um,
Okay,
so me walking around with a flashlight, right? JoJo's story to everyone is that I went around to all these different to these fucking neighborhoods and were using my flashlight to look in kids' windows because I'm looking at kids and he showed the police report last night on his show. He showed the police report the night that I got arrested. And in
okay,
there, it says nothing about looking into homes. It says looking into car windows. And so people in his own chat, people on his side of YouTube were sitting there going, hey, that doesn't say kids' windows in there. Like, so once again, JoJo caught in yet another lie. And it's like, it's the stupidest fucking thing. But there are people that will believe this shit.
I know,
Um,
I know, I
and
know.
then on top of that, so I don't know who I'm being told that I need to address this. That somebody said something in chat just a minute ago, but they brought up that I'm
Okay, what?
talking about JoJo's grandkids, and this goes back to what I'm talking about: weaponizing, talking about the parenting rather than talking about actual children. So JoJo has a restraining order, or some kind of order against him, where his
Yep,
grandkids cannot see, like he cannot see
yep.
his grandkids. Okay, so when I sit here and I'm talking about him having an order against him because he wanted to take nude photos and videos of the
His daughter-in-law.
daughter-in-law,
Yep.
okay, and then he
Hmm.
wants to turn her, like he wants to say it, like post that shit online and put it out there for the world. That's revenge porn. He put revenge porn out on his own
Yep. Daughter-in-law.
daughter-in-law. So when I'm sitting
Yep.
here saying that this person can't see his fucking grandkids, it's not talking about his grandkids, you fucking idiot. It's talking about him and his parenting. He's such a fucked up individual that he can't even see his grandkids.
Nope. I heard about that on another video that somebody did. It was sent to me and I listened to that shit. I was like, oh my God. So it's just sad, but I don't listen to all of this. One damn thing I am not, I have never ever been a follower. Never. I don't care who likes who goes where. I don't care. I am not a fucking follower. I am not. It took a lot for me to say I was done with Jen. When she sat there and lied directly to me, that was enough for me. Hi, Rainbow. I was going to take your wrench, Rainbow, but I am going to take your wrench because I told you I would let you have it for a week, and I've been gone for a while. So, but anyway, I'm just it took a lot. And I kept, because when she was doing her arts and crafts, I was proud of her. I'm like, oh my God, she's changed. She's this. Because I had watched her for a few before I even went in her chat. Because somebody said, Heidi, you really need to go check it out. She's changed. She's changed. She's changed. So watched her for a few. I went in, told her I was happy that she was doing good. Is good. And then as soon as she came off papers, soon as she came off the parole or probation,
Mm.
yep. So, and that's the truth. Soon as she came off there, and I was like, yep, she went back to that same old shit. Same shit. She wants to drag everybody into bullshit. That's what she wants to do. She wants to drag everybody into bullshit. And I'm just not going to deal with it. So I get it. George was using Jen as an example. And I get what you're saying, just me. But if you hear some of the stuff she says, no, she's trying to ride off of George's coattails when George offered her help and getting this stuff. And just like I said, she had no reason to go get an RO. Shit, where is Rainbow? I'm trying to find her. She had no reason to get an RO against Marie Savage, but she did. She's got all the reason in the world to get an RO against other people that are doing this real life shit to her,
Hmm.
and she's not. Okay, Rainbow, I removed your wrench. So yeah, I'm serious. But she likes it. She's not going to do it. Yep, and I tried. I tried. She called on IG. She's crying about what's being done to her. I'm like, Jen, stop it. Amber and I talking to her. Jen, stop it. Stop it. She's calling Amber. Amber, you need to go after Jules. You need to do this. You need to do this. Amber told her, I'm not going after Jules. Jules ain't talking about me. But it's just, and when she did the same shit to Mod 148 and Cooch, same shit she did to me and Amber. And nobody asked her for anything. Yep. When I knew when she came off probation, because she told me. Hmm. She was crying to me on the phone. It was a three-way call that she asked somebody to make. They were calling her probation officer. I said, you need to call them, let them know what's going on. I said, just let them know if they're getting these calls. She goes, what? I said, either call them or go there and put in a speaker. What are you doing?
Stretching.
Oh,
I'm
oh,
sorry.
what the hell is that? So
Yeah, no, I just had I went to my chiropractor and had my realignment. So I'm stretching my back out a little bit.
yeah, so but no, I'm just but it's just and people, a lot of people think they know stuff and a lot of them may have bits and pieces and no, hi Wicked. I think I said hi. I'm just tired of the narrative that she's putting out there. I'm sick of her lies that she's putting out there because it's not true. Oh my God. So somebody sent me money to give Rainbow back her wrench. Rainbow! I
Did she
gotta
want her
give
wrench
you back
taken,
your
or
wrench, huh?
did she want it taken, or did somebody pay to take her wrench away
Yeah,
or
well
something?
no. George had paid me. I had a credit. I had a credit, so he wanted me to give Rainbow a wrench. So I gave her a
Oh,
wrench, and I told her it was only for a week. So then I just took her wrench. Somebody else said, "No, let her keep her wrench," and they just sent me money for her wrench. Rainbow, it wasn't George. Somebody wants you to keep the wrench.
damn.
She looks good in blue. Oh my God. But anyway, yeah, I don't like the narratives. If Jen would tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, I wouldn't have a problem. But when you're lying on people and you're saying all of these things and you're putting it out and you're repeating it day in and day out, people are gonna believe that shit. Just like the whole thing about I heard George play it about Brenna. Brenna has 4 kids by the same man. She don't have 3 baby daddies. I'm like, wait a minute, who we talking about? I said that woman is married. I was like, what? Why are we bringing up people's kids or their home life? Why? Mm-mm. You don't do that. And AC, I agree with you. Them talking about you not paying child support, and if you weren't paying child support, who gives a shit? It's nothing to do with them.
I look. Once again, I've been out here for a minute. I know the troll game. I get it. You need something to go at, but I've the only people that I need to answer to, I shouldn't even say I need to answer to, people that were close to me. Like I actually pulled the records and was like, look, you see, I don't even pay child support. My kids live with me. How fucking stupid is that? I pay child support for kids that live with me. Really? Like, make that
Yeah,
make sense.
yeah. Yeah. Anyway, you know what? So you talk to Shears, let her know that that damn thumbnail was off the chain. That's what caught my attention.
Yeah, I had to message her after the show. I was
Hi,
like, "Yeah, I need that
Jenna.
thumbnail. I need a copy of it. That one's good."
Yeah, that thumbnail is what caught me. You know how you're scrolling through YouTube to see who's live? I was like, what the fuck is this? And I was late, but I was just intrigued by the thumbnail. And I was like, and then the backdrop, there's a woman that has her fingers and her tongue out. I don't think people realize that.
Yeah, there wasn't many people that caught that. Shiz had to point that out to me. I didn't catch it either.
Oh,
Um, I will say also, just because we were talking about thumbnails, the thumbnail that I used the other day to talk about JoJo, or yesterday to talk about JoJo,
yes.
that
That was from
that
his
right
daughter in
there,
law, right?
that is actually the daughter-in-law messaging on I guess a Facebook post from the actual um, news channel, like the whatever channel it was, like WHBX 13 News or some bullshit.
Yes.
Like like she posted that herself on there for people to see, for people to know that he is a piece of shit person. Like so like she put that out there. I mean, I know how often people are like, well, I don't understand why you're reposting that, blah 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 blah. Well, you know what? They, for if when they own family, and I guess this applies to Jen as well. When they own, oh, not so much Jen. I don't think I can say that
No,
person's name on here.
but
Okay,
I
never mind. Not over
heard
here. Y'all don't know who I'm
no,
talking about.
no, but I
But
heard your other replay too when you played the footage, and he
mhm.
called that woman a nappy headed. Was it a nappy headed bitch or was it a what? Was that a nappy headed bitch? A black woman, a
uh,
nappy headed bitch.
oh, that's probably Rue. Yeah. Oh, you talk about the video from the, yeah. He is, there's a lot of things that he does where if you listen to him, you pay attention to him, he gets pretty racist. He gets pretty sexist. Like any woman that stands up to him, he can't stand that shit.
Mm. AC, you have a thing in the chat. A fungus among us. I love that name. A fungus among us wants to know, can you ask AC about his supposed coincidental affiliation with now for pedophiles? Again, AC, let me ask you, did you know these men were pedophiles?
No.
Okay. That's all I need to
So
know.
yeah, so JoJo's going after me for the most recent person that got outed, which was he goes by the channel name News Now Omaha. He turned from 1A auditing to a passport bro, where he was
Oh my
going to different
God.
countries. He goes by the name, or his actual name is actually Floyd Wallace. And when I recorded with this guy, it had to be almost 4 years ago, and I haven't talked to him in forever. So now that he is going to other countries and trying to meet up with all these different women or whatever from different countries, they were investigating him and found out that he was contacting children, minors, that were under the age of 18, and has gone on record of saying that he's a sex tourist. And so, yeah, they put all that stuff together and he's in jail at the moment. I don't support that. In fact, the day that I found out that he was arrested, I took a link from that and I sent it to like a bunch of people because I was at work and I was too busy to kind of comment on it at that time. And so it was like I knew certain people could get the story out a little bit quicker. And JoJo was one of those people that kind of received like the information on his end and just was like, "Oh, I'm going to take this opportunity to go at AC because AC talks truth when he speaks on me."
Okay, so what about, are you advocating for this guy, Free Floyd Wallace?
So there's a video once again from 4 years ago when Floyd got arrested for something stupid.
Oh, 4 years
That I
ago, not now. Okay, okay,
Not
go ahead.
now,
I'm
no.
sorry. Okay.
Yeah. So when the way that JoJo presented it on his channel was, oh, AC's advocating for Floyd Wallace. You see, he's over there, but he's not telling the story that this is from a video from 4 years ago, which is still up, by the way.
Okay.
That video is not taken down. I mean, once again, I'm pretty honest with my shit. So I've gone out there and recorded with News Now Houston. I've gone out there and recorded with Floyd Wallace. And once and once I knew who David was, the News Now Houston guy, once I knew and had the trolls come to me and say, hey, you need to read his fucking documents and know who you're fucking with. When I read those fucking documents, I was disgusted and wanted nothing to do with the guy.
Okay. I need to ask this question. Uh, uh, I want to ask this to Brenna. Hi, always clipping you. Welcome in. Brenna, what do you mean that you lost respect for me? Why did you lose respect for me? Because I told the truth about Jen? I mean, I just want you to know. I mean, I not know. I just want to know. Why would you make that statement? And I didn't even know she said that, Camden. Brenna, did you make that statement? And if you did, I would like to know why. Because the only thing I ever did was told the truth about Jen. So if that's why you've lost respect for me, okay. Some of us still have morals and integrity. So I'm not gonna lie for Jen. I'm not gonna pat how did they say her butt, whatever they said we were doing. I forgot how they said it. But anyway, I've never done that for Jen, and I never will do that for Jen. Okay, always clipping you. Can somebody drop her channel? I know I subscribed, but I just want to know. I just want to know, Brenna.
Yeah, always
Okay,
clipping
that
you
was the
has a
wrong
couple of
wording. Okay, all right.
yeah, always clipping you will have a couple of videos where JoJo tells the story about supposedly how I got arrested and blah blah blah, and then he says that he has all the proof. He'll show the videos, blah blah blah, and then clipping you takes the actual video and shows where I didn't do what he said I did, which is a little confusing because I thought he had the proof. I thought he had the evidence.
Okay, yeah. So Okay, I have her channel. Let me drop always clipping you channel because I do. That's why I caught a couple of those clips from, and I didn't want to
Which
put the clip about Jen, I think, talking about KK and calling her a thought and that bullshit. And
mhm.
um or was it Ivy clipping you? It's one of the clip channels is where I caught it from. But I know one of those 420 is one of the channels that were taken down by them, and I don't know why, because it's just your words. But I guess you can't put up somebody's stuff without doing a commentary on it. But it was a clip. It wasn't a whole damn video. It wasn't a
Hold on
whole
real quick.
video.
Camden, I'm sorry. I'm just now realized that I can actually look at comments here on my side.
No,
I hate Restream. Camden says, yeah, AC, ignorant Jen Bailey is telling everyone you are currently trying to free that dude. No, no, the video. See, here's the thing. Jen will take a video that she sees and just like JoJo, try to run with some kind of narrative. Once again, the video from back then, um, Floyd got arrested for basically sitting in a parking lot and while I think criminal mischief is what he got arrested for, if I remember correctly. I could be wrong on that one,
okay.
but he was standing next to a piece of device. You ever go to the mall and they have those large towers and the
Yes.
tower sits like on wheels? Okay, so it was one of those things. Okay, they had it parked in the parking lot. He was sitting next to it. He was and Floyd does a lot of stupid shit, so he made himself look like he was fiddling with it when he wasn't really doing anything to it. And the cops came out there and started questioning him, and because he tried to walk off, they arrested him. So he's a fucking idiot. I'm not gonna sit here and fucking downplay Floyd being Floyd. Floyd's a fucking idiot. But
Yeah.
the fact of the matter is he got arrested for something that that wasn't really an arrestable offense. He didn't do anything to the fucking tire. He didn't do anything to the devices. They had no reason to. They had a reason to like ask him questions, but they didn't have any reason to arrest him, and they arrested him. And so that's why I was there. I was protesting his arrest for something he was there, like he was there on the
And that
property
was
doing.
4 years ago, correct?
And that was 4 fucking years ago. And somebody can go look it up. It was the arrest that he had in Tomball, Texas. Go
Oh
look it
God,
up.
not Tomball.
Tomball.
That's a lot of white people up there in Tomball. Okay.
No shit. So, anyways, so once again, if you go and you look up the information, you can see that this is an arrest from 4 years ago. One. Two, like I said, Jen is associating what the video she sees now is like it's something recent. Once again, the guy just got arrested. How am I going to go protest this guy's arrest when he's in another fucking country?
Okay, let me ask you something. So somebody said it in the chat, and I think it was that a fungus among us because I was trying to hold on to it. But I'm gonna answer Brenna in a few minutes too. Let me answer Brenna now. Brenna, yes, I did say I wouldn't care if she jumped off a bridge. I did say that, and I did, and I've said that about a lot of people. And if that offended you, I'm sorry. But yeah, and I don't really want her to go jump off a bridge. But I'm that's just a that's just a saying. So if that offended you, I'm sorry for that. But okay, I understand. Now, a fungus among us said that you're connected to 4 pedos. Before you answer, let me ask you this: this group that you used to be with, is there any chance that they were all in this together and you didn't know about it?
Wait, what?
Okay, so a fungus among us says that you've now been linked to 4 pedos. Are these people? Do they know each other, or did they used to do things together that you know of, like filming? The
Some of them,
police.
yes.
Okay, so is there a chance that they were in this ring and you weren't aware of it?
No.
Okay.
Okay. First off, that must be JoJo or one of JoJo's simps that are in here. That's in here under that account because I think that's hilarious. They keep going with this 4. So let me explain. News Now Houston is the grapist that I went and fucking recorded with. That I later found out like his information, right?
Mhm.
And then he didn't get he didn't get convicted of the pedo stuff until later on down the road. By then, I had already separated myself from the guy. So there's that. Because there's an SA charge on this guy from like 20 something years ago. Once again, when I knew the information, separated myself. Second, the person or the second person they're talking about is News Now Patrick. News Now Patrick is a wife beater. Okay,
Ooh.
he's not an on paper or he's not a an accused SAer or dealing with kiddos. Like he doesn't have any kind of record like that. Not sitting here defending the guy either. Like I'm sitting here going, hey, these are fucking piece of shit fuckers that I don't deal with anymore. So News Now Patrick or PayPal Patties they call him, I haven't talked to in years either. So I have no association with the guy anymore. Third, the Omaha guy. That is something that is just now happening. Once again, last time that I really had like was recording with the guy 4 years ago, and I haven't talked to him in a long fucking time.
I get it.
And who's the fourth person? So there is another person that I recorded with who lives in San Antonio. And what the fuck is his name again? I can't. Somebody in chat will remind me who the fuck is what his name is again. But I haven't talked to that dude in years. So these
Sure.
are all people. These are all people, and just like his accusation came like a year and a half ago. Like they supposedly they did a raid on his house. They found CP on his computer, and that's what they're going with. And look, I don't know all the facts of that story. I'm also not following it, but I'm also not gonna fucking stand up for the guy either if it's true. So once again, the gotchas that these people are trying to fucking use to go against me. Sheepdog, thank you, Texas Sheepdog. Um, I, once again, I don't have any communication with Sheepdog. I don't have any communication with News Now Houston, which was another lie that fucking JoJo runs with. He says that I go up and I visit JoJo. Show the proof of that. I've showed the proof that there's not a way that can happen. Not Huntsville, Beeville. You know where Beeville is?
Yeah. I know where that's at. Yes, you
Okay.
forget that I used to
I
that I used to live in Houston for over
okay.
30
No,
something years. Okay.
right. Right. No. I don't forget that. That's why I asked you, like, you know where that
Mhm.
is. So you know that Beeville is not very far from me. So
Yeah.
is it possible that I can travel there? Sure. But if you go and you look up his information, he cannot receive any visitors at all. And the reason why we looked this up, me and my side of YouTube, is because JoJo kept running with the story that I was visiting News Now Houston, that I was sending
Oh
him
my
money, that
God.
I like. So once again, this is more bullshit for that side of YouTube, or for JoJo and his little fucking clique of idiots to fucking run with. And of course, the only way to fucking combat that is with the truth. And the truth is, I don't want to visit News Now Houston. I don't need to visit News Now Houston. He's a piece of shit, and he deserves to die there in fucking prison. And I hope they bury his ass under the fucking jail cell.
Yeah, I don't deal with now I have murderers, I have drug dealers in my family, but not one family member is a pedo, because if they were I wouldn't want family or not want no association with them at all. At all. So, but um that's just, to me, just spinning a narrative, and like people were
Mm-hmm.
believing uh when I heard Jen say about you kissing this Earl, whatever his, I said, we do realize that's an AI photo, right?
Yes.
That is an AI photo. I said, with the sunset, it's just so perfect. I'm like, are you kidding? That's like they have Trump and Elon Musk kissing. It's an AI photo. That's what
Can I
it
get
is.
a? Can I get? I guess since she wants to run with this whole thing with the AI photos, can someone take a picture of Jen? I'm not Jen, of Clint and that dude, that Mike, the one that got his fucking teeth knocked out. Um, can can I get a picture? Can I get an AI photo of those two? And I'm gonna sell that as an actual photo. Of, you see, Jen. You see, this is how we know that Clint really did suck Mike's dick that time. Like, this is how we
Oh my
know. I'm gonna
God.
run with that story, because since she wants to run with stories, let me run with the story too, right?
Now
I
I
mean,
know
tit for
she had
tat.
them kissing on IG one time, and yeah, I do know about Clinton. She had them kiss when they were on IG, and I'm like, what man is going to do this? But while you're here, that 111 guy that was hitting his mother on that what's the channel? I saw the clip. It was sent to me. Hannah Banana, whatever his name is, the one that want the kids to squirt, that one that's always on that other
Ugh.
channel. Yeah.
Yeah.
um so my whole thing was, oh, can you get a picture of me and Prince kissing, please, because that I need. But anyway, that guy
I
should not
love
be
you.
allowed on any panels. That guy should
I
not
agree.
even be in this community.
I
He is a
agree.
menace. What happens if he loses his shit one day and harms his mother and his father? Does
Bound to
anybody think
happen.
about that?
Um, I don't disagree with any of that right there. In fact, I believe there's stories out there right now that at some point, um, there has been domestic violence at that household, with the father beating him because they just, like, he was tired of dealing with them. I don't know all the truth of it. There's a story about how the brother can no longer be there, and the brother had to be removed from the household. And I mean 111's brother. So I don't know the full story. I didn't. This isn't something I really looked up, but I agree that he doesn't belong on JoJo's. But JoJo's not gonna. JoJo wants him there. I mean, how many times have you seen, like, kind of popped in on his show, and he's like, "What 11? Come on up here." Like, he called, like, it just.
He shouldn't be over there. And I agree with Laura on that too. But it's just sad. But that Hannah Banana person. Now let me ask you, that Dr. Ching, I used to watch you, a shit show. Wasn't he on your panel?
He's been on my show maybe 2 or 3 times.
I swore. So was he up there with you or Shiz? Because I
Both.
remember him on your channel, I thought.
Right. So when he kind of came over, he was hanging out over at Chaotic Truths. So
Okay.
he was more like in the panel verse than he was hanging out over on our side. And
Okay.
then all of a sudden, like, I guess because a bunch of stuff happened over there, he started to make the transition of finding, like, a different community. So he got ousted from one community, and he kind of started hanging out on our side, which we didn't have a problem with him. It wasn't until he started hanging out with JoJo that he started to run, like, I don't know if you've seen the sign behind him, but he says he's the world's most dangerous troll.
No.
And the guy literally goes real life, like with a quickness. He has taken the opportunity to call CPS. He's taken the opportunity to call cops. He's weaponized fucking 111. I don't know if anybody else has caught this, but he's definitely used 111 at times to like used him for I think there's one story where he talks about how um he was 111 says that Dr. Chink was talking to a bunch of ladies. He was using it to get on Tinder or whatever. And then he was like, yeah, so if they were young ladies, then he would give them to Dr. Chink, and then if they were, or like he would give them to 111. And then like if they were younger, like the really young ones, and he would take it. And it was just a weird story to fucking tell. And that's what led us to go like, wait a minute, you're using 111. And look, I'm not trying to run with the narrative. I'm trying to run with what was actual and factual, or at least what was being told. And the story was that out of Doctor, or not Dr. Chink, but after 111's mouth, is if they were younger than 18, that they were handing over the contacts to uh, to Dr. Chink. So it was just a weird. We don't know how true the story is. Obviously, 111 has told quite a few lies back then, so I can't really believe everything he says. But it's weird as fuck.
Who is this Dr. C grooming?
The
Who?
111 kid
Oh my
has
God.
been one of the like how how many times have they both been on panel, and like Dr. C has been like real quick to be like, oh, shut up, shut up, shut up, because like like 111 says something, it's weird, it's a weird coincidence maybe, or it's just the conversation, you just kind of look, you kind of side eye it. I don't know how else to explain it.
I'm telling you, that kid is look, this is not a word that I use freely. To me, that kid is dangerous. And I say a kid, I don't care if he's 21 or not. To me, he's dangerous. When I heard his mother yelling, and I've got that clip, and I'm not even going to play it. It was like, is anybody going to call the fucking police? And then he said he was going to jump out of a window. Then I find out it was on the first floor. Your fat ass ain't going to hurt yourself. Okay? Cut that shit out. You're going to jump out the. Did you see how small that window was for his big ass to get through?
Yeah.
Get the fuck out of here. He is a think about all these high school kids, okay, that go around, not all, but the ones that go and do all these shooting sprees. Think about these kids that are killing their parents. This one lady was killed. She was a mod on Trees' channel. That lady, the black lady and her husband that was killed down in Florida, she was a mod for Trees. They got into an argument and he killed his mother and his father. That young
Jesus.
man is dangerous.
Yeah.
Isaac Black, he looks like he is, and for them to be sitting there and exploiting this, he is horrible. He's horrible. And I wouldn't want anything to do with somebody like that on my panel, because if anything happens, they're going to start looking back at this bullshit and see that you were allowing all of this. I heard him say that one night that I was told to go listen, how he had called the police on this guy named Mike, and the way he speaks to Laura, that is a child. I don't care if Laura is arguing, but the things he was saying about sucking his. What's funny about that? What's so funny about that? I don't find any of it funny. You're a kid telling a grown woman to suck your dick. It's disgusting. It's disgusting. Rainbow, if you're on IG, I can send you that clip. I don't know if it's private or not now. But yeah, I don't know if it's private or not now, but it's just sad what I saw. And she's yelling and screaming. And I'm like, is anybody going to do anything?
Mm-hmm.
Do you see how big this kid is compared? And he said his dad beats him. Have you seen his dad? I saw the video that he had of his dad in his speedo chasing him around the room. His dad is a small little man. How's his dad beating him? That is he's an overstuffed koala bear. His dad is this little man. I think he terrorizes that whole family. Oh, it's on members only now. Okay, I'm not buying a membership. But yeah, mhm, it's sad. It's sad. He's not autistic. Hi, Coochie. Okay, she's in both Williams. I just stuck up for Brenda. What? No, I didn't see that. AC, did you know about that?
What happened?
Heidi, you must not have seen where it's hand banana. I thought it was Hannah banana. Oh, that's even more disgusting. Hand banana.
Oh,
Told
that sounds about right.
told 111 to unalive his parents in their sleep or when he what? No, I didn't see that. No. Did you know that? AC?
Uh, I don't remember hearing that part. No, I don't remember that. But I wouldn't put it past him. I mean, Ham Banana is known for doing insane foul shit. So, and I think I saw somebody say something earlier about that my side of YouTube isn't any different. Look at the settlement. Um, Normally, I'd sit here and say that I'm not saying who's better or worse, but in this instance, yes, my side is better. Thank you very much.
Oh my God. Told him to kill his parents in their sleep. This shit isn't funny. Okay, look at this. What's his name? Jupiter, the opera singer whose son killed him, probably would have killed his mother. We got Rob Reiner, who son Nick, who killed his mother and no, that's not funny. That's not funny. That is not funny. But me telling Jen to jump off a bridge too, that wasn't funny.
I
So,
get
but
it.
but
I
I
get it.
never said to kill himself. I mean, no, this is sick. That young man is very impressionable. He's not autistic. His mother said he wasn't autistic. He said, I think, in my opinion, not a doctor, none of them screws are tight up there. They're not. They're not. And it's disgusting. And I don't know. When I listened to that part when him and Mike Theron were going after it, and he talked about he just called the police on him, and they're egging all of this on. I'm like, what the hell? What the
I'm
hell?
I'm sorry if I'm a little loud. I'm looking for something in my
No,
garage right now.
that's okay. No, that's okay. But I'm
Yeah,
just like, it's just crazy. It's crazy with all of this. And I'm telling you, someone's gonna wind up hurt, or somebody's gonna hurt somebody else, or somebody's gonna hurt themselves. Either way, none of this is good. None of this is good. None of it. So, but I do think he wants to fit in. He wants to be a part of something. But he needs. Well, I'm not gonna say anything. I think he needs people around his age. Oh, cool. Okay. I was like, huh? What? But no, it's just sad because I don't. All of this is getting, and I understand a lot of people don't want to be in chats. I think a lot of people don't want to chat because of all of the doxing and the nastiness that's going on. And it never should be like this. It should never have fun, joke back and forth at each other, whatever you want to call it. But the family stuff and all of this digging in people's personal lives, no, that I don't get down with that at all. Do you know
yeah,
how many times people would send me people's shit? And I'm like, don't send me this. I don't want it. And I wouldn't hold on to it. I would actually get rid of it.
yeah.
But I did hold on to one thing. I did. I'm not going to lie. I might have to pull that rabbit out of the hat one day. But I just don't do all of that. I just don't. Like when Jen said she was choking Clint out to keep him from. Yeah, that was a lie. Jen was not keeping Clint, choking him out to keep him from. That was 2 different days. She's lying. She's lying. And then she tries to say, nobody said that you put a cigarette out in his eye. You told him if he yelled again, you're gonna put that fucking cigarette out in his eye. That's what you said. Yeah, that's what you said. Nobody said that you put a cigarette out in his eye. You said you were going to. And he told you, just kill me now, Jen. Just kill me now, Jen. That's what he said. He said, put me out of my misery, meaning he's miserable with you. Jesus Christ. This is crazy. He told her to, yeah, let me die or kill me now. Yeah. Oh, you think he's emotionally 12 years old? Yeah, something's wrong there, Camden. I agree with that. When I saw that video, I was like, what the fuck? And this guy is laughing. Oh, no, he did tell him when he said he was going to jump out the window, he did tell him to kill himself. I did hear that part, but not about the mother and father. But not about, hi, Miss Megs, but not about the mother and father. So it's sad. And I'm telling you, if something happens to those parents, if he loses his shit and do something to his parents, they're going to be looking at all of his social media stuff. You know that, AC. I know that. They're going to look at everything. So this shit is crazy. Anyway, I really was coming here to talk about this whole Tyler Perry shit, but I wanted to say that. But I'm gonna have to do Tyler Perry on another day because you know what we were hearing about Diddy and about all the stuff that Diddy was doing. And you know, if you keep hearing the same shit over and over again, there's something smoldering there. And I do believe that Tyler Perry is one of those people. I never liked the man. I heard that 111 was on a video call while Jen gave Clint I heard that. I heard that. I heard that. I heard that. I don't know how true that is, but if it is true, I wouldn't be surprised. Uh where did AC go? He was just here. Then he dropped again. Okay. I heard that. I really did. Then again, again, if that's true, it is quite disgusting. Exactly, Chooch. Exactly. Hi, Shyla. Shyla, if you want to join us later on, you got to let me know. But I'm telling you, same thing. Oh, your battery died. Okay. So the same thing I was saying about Diddy, the same thing we've been saying years and years and years and years. Uh, you're hearing all of this now. I do believe I understand Tyler has a little boy, but we know how that happened. That was to try to cover up his propensities for young men. Okay. So you know, it was a lavender relationship. Okay. Come out the closet, be who you are. You got enough goddamn money to stuff it up somebody's ass if you have to. But I all of these lawsuits that are coming out, and then the last one is the Garcia guy who was sending him text messages asking him for money for a dentist and all this other stuff. The first one was Derek Dixon, I do believe, because I talked about that before. Oh, you got to work until 6. Oh, damn. Well, yeah. Well, I think I'm going to leave out of here. I'm going to leave out of here around 3:30. Because we were supposed to have lunch, and when I was talking to you, I got a message. Can we make it an early dinner? And so, but let me know. You can always hit me up. Um, but yeah, but then we're gonna be at my favorite little spot for a while. So again, um, we all need to do better. Wait a minute, what did Brandy say? Wait a minute, just me. What did Brandy say in the chat? Brandy, please don't bring up Jen's kids in my chat. Please don't do that. Please don't bring up anybody's kids. I didn't see that, just me. I'm sorry, I didn't see it. But yeah, please don't bring up her kids. Please. Oh, you yeah, just hit me up and let me know. I'm gonna be out probably until like 9:30 or so because we're gonna run by my favorite spot, and I think you know where that's at. So that's where we're gonna be for a while. but just hit me up and let me know. As a matter of fact, I'm going to hit you up on IG and I'll give you my number. Okay. But anyway, please don't do that. Please don't do that. Not in my chat. Let's make yes. We said the same thing for 2025, my 148. We said the same thing for 2025. If everybody can just stick to YouTube, everybody, stick to YouTube. Okay. See, I didn't see it. Thank you, Camden. I appreciate it. And thank you for coming in, Camden. When I first started seeing you again, Camden, it was in Fraud of the Reapers, I think. This is where I first started seeing you at again. So, but anyway, guys, I appreciate every single one of you. I really, really, really do. I hope everybody have a great new year. I've been trying to get that Don Lemon damn link. I really, really have. Because sister, Don Lemon is in New Orleans right now. He's hanging out in the French Quarter. I saw you were there. I just saw your video yesterday. But I need you to go find Don Lemon and tell him I need him to give me the link for his thing so I can be on panel with him because I can't find it. But anyway, I love each and every one of you guys, and I hope you all had a Merry Christmas. I hope you have a great New Year. And like I said, please, we all must do better because this is getting out of hand. I'll be back tomorrow, and hi, Shauna, my love. We will be discussing Tyler Perry, the Diddler. Okay. We will be discussing Tyler Perry, the Diddler. Bye, guys.
Patty Black, yeah, she don't play. She'll speak once, then
Okay,
walk
Mayday,
away.
thank
Truth
you.
in her voice, receipts someday. Say her name wrong, you best come correct. Hattie Black, yeah. She the queen of the facts. Hattie Black, ain't no lies in that. Hattie Black, she the queen of the facts. Hattie Black, ain't no lies in that.
Came up out of New Orleans, swamp thick with the game. Grew up seeing real ones, learned to got a name. Moved to Houston, then up north to stack the cash. 6-figure queen with a hustler stash. She ain't bout no drama, but she handle it quick. Address it once, facts heavy, make it stick. You can talk online, she don't trip or weep, but her words hit hard, aren't you in your sleep? Tap, tap, tap. Them acrylics on the wood, when you hear that sound, you know shit ain't good. She cook real meals, fly crab from the south. Money so long, she don't need no clout.
Patty Black, yeah, she don't play. She'll speak once, then walk away. Truth in her voice, receipts on deck. Say her name wrong, you best come correct. Hattie Black.
Yeah, she from the voodoo land.
Hattie Black.
Yeah, she from the voodoo land.
Hattie Black.
Yeah, she from the voodoo land.
Hattie Black. Ain't no lies in that.
Strong, opinionated, mind so sleek. Got them corporate numbers, hitting every week. Brains and beauty, educated tone. Words so sharp, they'll cut to the bone. Calm, cool, collected to the lies. Start spilling when she step in the ring. Whole crowd start chilling. Family first, sisters ride too. Say the wrong thing, they coming for you. Concealing lights, yeah, she roll for fun. Heels done, nails done, money on run. Her voice like thunder, presence like flame. She don't chase fame, but they all know her name.
Don't lie on her name, nah. True cuts deep, feel that flame. She a queen, never tame. From the swamp to the bank, she changed the game. Hattie Black.
Yeah, she from the voodoo land.
Hattie Black.
Yeah, she from the voodoo land.
Hattie Black.
Yeah, she from the voodoo land.
Hattie Black. Ain't no lies in that. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Next time you hear them nails tapping, yeah, you better run that truth, not tales. From New Orleans to the north, she's still that same Heidi Black. Don't ever forget it. Heidi Black, Heidi Black, Heidi Black, Heidi Black. Heidi Black, Heidi Black, Heidi Black.